Okay, hey students, hey, couple videos, a couple videos here for you to help you get this assignment done. So we're gonna walk you through the steps. Okay, so first we're going to work on developing our brand kit, and our brand kit is the way that we use specific color palettes, or we use specific fonts, and then we can use Canva in partnership with some of the other resources that I've given you to actually make a logo and just start. I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry. Start with your branding aesthetics. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to this website, Coolers. If you've had either textiles or design fundamentals for fashion with me, you've used this before. So it's a color palette generator. We are only going to use a free tool. So do not sign up, do not sign in, do not go pro, do not pay anything for it. We're just going to click on this button that says tools, and then we're specifically go here and explore palettes. Now, we can also use a palette generator. It's very much so random what palettes you get. At least with the explore palettes, we can do a couple of things and and pick and choose our colors. So we can do some things like say I want a red palette, or I want things that are monochromatic or that are vintage. So that's what we're gonna click on explore palettes, okay? And after you click on explore palettes, my computer's taking its time. There we go to get to the next page, and you will see pages and pages of palettes here, and some of the palettes here are, you see how many people like them. These are some of their most either their favorite or their best-selling award-winning palettes. But there's a couple things that you can do here. So you're more than welcome to pick a palette here to make your brand kit. I would say not. I do not suggest you use more than 5 colors in a brand kit, because then it starts to get oversaturated. Really, 4, 5 is the most that you would do. And then keep in mind you do need to have some vibrant colors in your brand kit. So I wouldn't pick this neutral one. We're gonna go to our options in a second. I wouldn't pick this neutral one. Uh, and if I did pick a neutral in here, I would also have something vibrant and dark in here as well. So if we look at this Olive Garden Feast, there's a neutral in here, and then there's some kind of darker neutrals, and then there's some contrasting colors. So instead of black, they used an olive green, a really dark, deep dark green, and then they use an olive green. So this would be a good palette that has a good range of colors. Again, here a good range of colors. Here this really dark blue, almost blue black, and this navy are too close in color. So we do need something with some contrast. We need some things that are highs and lows. So again, you're more than welcome to pick a palette from here. Again, this is just for the purpose of this assignment, but since you're building your brand, I would just pick the colors that I really wanted. Okay, so some of the things that you can do on here, if we go up here to the top and hit this search button, some things will pop up that we will see. And again, we can see things that are trending, the latest or popular. We could see things that are by color. So if I want my main color to be orange, if I click here, it'll give me a bunch of palettes that have orange in it. And you see there's some highly contrasted palettes in here. So like this one will be a really good one for a brand kit, because it has some white in it, it has some pastel and some brights. So I think that would be a great color for your brand kit if you want to go rainbow and really bright. We have some here. Now you see over here there's styles and topics too. You can only pick one out of one of these, or they're gonna want you to go pro. So if I want something orange, I would click something orange. If I want something warm, so I want warm colors. You see that I have warm colors. Now you see that here it's a lot of pastels. So maybe down here would be good for the brand kit, but definitely not here. Some of the other things you can do is we don't want monochromatic. Oops, I'm sorry. It's gonna make me go pro because I'm picking 2 things at a time. We don't want monochromatic for a brand kit. That's really challenging. I'm not gonna say we don't want pastel. I'm gonna really say monochromatic or, oops, sorry, I keep forgetting to kick this out before I click something else. A gradient is just going to be on the spectrum, so this is going to have stuff that's light to dark. That could be a great way for us to make a brand kit. I love this vintage version. Now it's a lot of pastels in here, but as we scroll, oops, hold on, what's going on with my cursor? We see that there's some variation. Some variation here too. And then if we oops, keep doing that. If you know, we are looking for something more Christmassy, or I'm gonna click it this time, autumny. If we wanted something, if you have a wedding based brand, we want it kind of wedding colors. You see there's a lot of pastels in here, but these are all the ways that you can pick colors for your brand kit. Okay, so lots of ways for you to select tones for your brand kit. If you just want to do something that is just four colors, again, it'll give you options for just four color brand kits. This would be a great brand kit. These colors, this guy would be a great brand kit. If I had some kind of beauty product, like this would be great, a great brand kit as well, because it's across the spectrum of pinks and reds. So this is how you will pick your colors for your brand kit. And then when you get to the actual kit, you can see what the actual Pantone colors will be digitally for these kits. And so I would definitely open them up. I will make note of what these numbers are. It does copy them to a clipboard. I will make note of what these numbers are because we can use them in another manner in just a second. Okay, so let me go back to the assignment. Let me go back. Oops, that's not where I was. Let's go back here. So we picked some colors. We've written those colors down, make note of what the colors that we want to use, and then we can select typography. So a typeface for our brand, and I think I use Calibri for all the fonts for this course. But if you click on this button, it takes you to DaFont. DaFont is a website that oops, let me get out the cookies. When I say you can go down the rabbit hole, you could go down the rabbit hole. So if you're looking for a script font, if you're looking for a cartoon font, if you would like an old school font, so like a varsity type font, if you want a modern or a medieval, there's so many choices here, and I didn't even scroll down on the page. The great thing is the fonts. With these fonts, you can type in what you want it to say, and it will give you an example. So I was doing something for my sorority. I was looking for fonts. If I go ahead and hit enter, it says it in every, so whatever words I want to use, it'll do it in that font. Okay. So it's great if you type in here, and it'll give you 25 fonts at a time or 50 fonts. So if I scroll down, there's 25 different fonts that are here. So then you take the font that you want and you can download it. Most of the fonts are free. Every now and then the creator of the font, the author of the font, will ask for some type of donation. So I would look at that as well. So all kind of awesome fonts for you to pick. Okay. All right. So now what you're going to do is you're going to create a logo. So you're going to pick a font, and then you are going to pick your colors, and then we're going to go over to Canva. And Canva Canva does everything. It makes logos. You can do social media. You can actually make social media posts. You can make videos. You can do a lot of stuff on here. And it has this great thing called Drew. Oh, here we go. Canva AI. Now, I'm going to be honest. This is something that I do pay for. I do pay for Canva. There are plenty of free resources, but I use it so much that I pay for Canva. And I do have a brand kit in here because I do a lot of things. So like my brand kit, this is my brand kit that I use in Canva. I do a lot of things. For lack of a better word, I do a lot of things in my sorority, and these are the colors that I always use. So this is the red that I use for everything. This is the black. This is the burgundy, and then these are my two gold. So the numbers that you wrote down on from Coolers, that's what these numbers are. So literally, if I wanted to add a color, I could literally type that number that I typed in from Coolers, put that number in here, and it will give me that number. So that is helpful. Okay, so you're gonna come on over to Canva, and you are going to Canva's one of the ways that you can ask it to make a logo. There is some AI stuff in here, and I'm going to say create a logo for a brand Hey, SOAR 1913. So I'm in a sorority. SOAR is what we call our sorority sisters, because that's what SOAR means in Greek. It just means sister. And a sorority is a group of sisters. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to hit enter. And it's going to create a logo for me. Now, I may not like none of these logos. I may not like any of these logos, but it will go ahead and create a logo for me. So it's thinking. Sometimes Canva takes its time, and sometimes, because the way I use Canva, sometimes it tells me I don't have a result. So let's see what happens for me right now. It's thinking. It's there. Here we go. So here are Hey Sora. Now, what I didn't do is I didn't tell them what color. So since I have a brand kit already in here, I'm going to tell it to apply my brand kit. In the description, I could have put design a logo and put the colors in that I wanted. Again, there are things that make the colors feel like. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my brand kit. Now it's thinking. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. So even paying for my Canva, it's not ready yet. So you may not be able to get it as advanced as I would like for this assignment to be. So see how far you can get. Okay, see how far you can get with that. Okay. All right, and then the last piece is, so in here I could have said use these colors in the description and also use these fonts. So I would probably go back to the top and say create a logo for a brand called Hey Soar. Let's try it again. Create a logo for a company called Hey Soar 1913 using Calibri font and the colors red, gold, black, and white. And let's see what it gives me this time. And I just gave it a font that I already knew the name of. But whatever font you have found on the font, or if there's a font that you like, you can go ahead and type that in. And it's thinking. And here we go. Now, are any of these awesome? No. I hate to say it. None of these are awesome. So there are some things that we could, there's another website that I'll show you, or we can, I'll show you two things, and I'll actually show you two things. Okay, so let's go back to the assignment. So we picked that. The other website that we can use is design.com. So if we go over, I'm going to copy it because I don't want to get off this page. If we go to design.com, it does the same, a similar, it actually gives us a little bit more. So we can do the same thing. Hey, SOAR 1913. I'm going to say it's a logo. It's going to generate, this one is just going to generate. I can't give it any details yet, right? So here it's asking for keywords, right? And it gave us some logos. Now, over here, what we can do is we can say, okay, these are the colors that I want. So I want it to be red, right? So it gave us some red, it gave us some pink in there. So it gave us some things that are better than we got from our result from Canva. I mean, if I was going to pick something from this list, this guy is cute because it's a little graphic. I mean, it's a little graffiti art-ish, since it's an organization for Black women. This is actually really pretty and serene. This one as well. So there are some options that are in here as well. Let's also try a one that's like a mascot, right? So they gave us more stuff. Some of these are weird, maybe not. Maybe not these, but some of these are interesting. I'll say that. Maybe if I did something classic for a sorority, again, I think these are much more serene than some of the other ones that I've come up with. So play, go ahead and play with these and make a selection.